Welcome to r/IDontWorkHereLady, where we share stories about folks that are mistaken for employees by irate customers. And 4 good stories are here, so subscribe, hit the like button, and here we go. The first story is, I don't work here, lady, and neither does the mayor. This happened last Saturday night. My husband and I had gone to a Christmas party, and we were on our way home, sometime between 1 and 2 in the morning. I hadn't gotten to the grocery store earlier because I only needed a couple of items and thought it could wait. Hubby asks if we have milk at home, one of the items we did need, but we were close to a locally owned 24-hour grocery store that I never go to, so we stopped there. Like I said, we had been at a party. Husband was my DD, and I was a little bit tipsy. Not drunk, but shouldn't be driving either. If I let hubby go in, he will buy 10 unnecessary items and forget one of the items I need. So I said I would go in. As I was getting out, hubby asks me to get him some pastries from the bakery area. I roll my eyes but agree. I go in the unfamiliar store and try and get my bearings. Basic grocery store layout, milk at the back of the store, the bakery area to the immediate left. I see an employee who is stocking and/or cleaning around the register area. We nod to each other as I decide I don't need a cart or basket for my 3 items. I head to the back of the store, thinking I will grab the milk first, and then my other item, and swing by the bakery area last as it was close to the front. Every aisle has boxes stacked around as they restock everything late at night when they have few customers. It's a bit of a maze, but you could get a cart down every aisle. I get to the dairy section and am looking for the milk I want because everything is arranged slightly different than at my regular store. That's when I hear someone who is halfway yelling from a good distance away from me. I didn't know this woman and I couldn't understand what she was yelling about, so I pay no attention as I'm a little bit tipsy and getting tired. Now, I have been to a party. I'm wearing a dark green velvet dress covered with gold sparkly flecks, over-the-knee black boots, with a small gold crossbody purse and wearing a Santa hat. I do not look like I'm an employee currently working at the store. This woman comes up to me pushing a cart that appears to have enough food and sundries to survive the apocalypse. She is at least as old as my mother and clearly able-bodied, but probably not completely right in the head. Or maybe she herself had been drinking, I don't know. Strange lady. Finally, I was starting to think I was alone in this store. I realized I had not seen an employee since the one I encountered upon entering, so I replied, the employees may be in the back getting items to restock, or possibly taking a break. I don't know. Well, you can help me now. I need some sort of sugar substitute. Help me find it, the strange woman demands. I am still not realizing that she thinks I'm an employee here, so I simply say, it's probably on the same aisle as the baking supplies near the regular sugar. I reach for the cooler door to retrieve my milk choice. As I'm opening the door, she puts her hand on the glass door and holds it shut. At this point, I'm tired, tipsy, and getting really annoyed, and I raised my voice and used language I normally don't use. What the F is your problem? This prompted the strange woman to start yelling. You can't speak to me that way. Do you know who I am? I know the mayor. I yelled back at her. Well, I know the mayor too, and the governor, and I went to school with the attorney general. What the heck does that have to do with anything? Tipsy me tends to ramble sometimes. At this point, the manager on duty appeared out of a door by the dairy section, with a scared employee trailing behind him. Ladies, is there a problem here? The strange woman started demanding that I be fired because I had cussed her out and threatened her. I admitted to the use of profanity, but said I had not made any threats, and I didn't know she had mistaken me for an employee. The woman began saying I was lying, and not only threatened her, but now she claims I tried to steal her purse, which was buried under a bunch of grocery items in her cart. And she again demanded that I be fired. The manager informed her that I was not an employee, but I was another customer, and he didn't believe her because he was in the office and saw our interactions on the cameras before he came out. She got huffy with him and once again said, do you know who I am? I know the mayor. I replied, again with the mayor. What does Charles have to do with any of this? Who is Charles? She asked confused. The mayor, I replied. I volunteered on his campaign. The manager tried to hold back a chuckle. He attempted to calm the situation and asked us both to go on about our shopping. He offered to have the employee help the woman and he would assist me. The woman and employee left in search of her sugar substitute, I suppose, and the manager asked if I needed any assistance. I said no, I just wanted to get my items and leave. He said he would meet me up front and check me out personally. I got my items, including the pastries my husband asked for, and made my way to check out. The manager gave me a 25% discount on my purchases and a gift card for $25 for future purchases. I told him it wasn't necessary, but he insisted. He also told me that he knew Charles the mayor and thought he was a great guy. I smiled and thanked him. On my way out of the store, I passed the register where the woman was now checking out. As I passed by, I said, I will tell the mayor you said hello. The woman turned red and looked away. Nothing crazy, but I had quite a story to share with my husband on the way home. The second story is, well, I quit again, I guess. Lurker's first post. Not sorry, I'm on mobile. I had left my part-time job at a department store with a red logo about 6 months earlier to accept full-time work at a red Polo Ed grocery store. There was a new store manager that had just transferred in, and he was about the worst customer service tyrant I ever met, so it was all very well timed. We didn't work together long enough to learn each other's names, but I'll never forget his catchphrase, "Give him the pickle," which was his way of saying the customer is always right for some weird reason. Anyway, I needed a new pair of uniform pants. Decided to stop by and scope out the ladies' clearance on the way home from work, not thinking the uniform would be an issue, as the department store didn't use uniforms when I worked there. So I began to start digging through the clearance racks mostly undisturbed. I worked in men's originally, and it was a large store, so different departments didn't interact a lot, when a wild Karen appeared. K equals Karen, M equals me, SM equals store manager. Karen, do you know where the formal dresses are? Me not even looking up. I think they're around the back of the store. Karen, can you see if you have this in the back? Medium? Holds up sweater on a hanger. Me, no, sorry, I don't work here. Someone can help you at the counter around the corner. Karen, but you're in uniform. Me, I actually work at such and such grocery store. The people here wear red lanyards with the company name. Karen, but you knew where the dresses are? Me, sorry, someone at the counter can help you. At this point, she throws the hanger/sweater combo in my direction and actually stamps her foot like a toddler. I figure at this point it's not going to de-escalate, and I should probably just lay low until this woman finds a real employee. So I wander away to housewares, while Karen screams threats of, "You better hope I don't find the counter, and I'll have your job." It's about 10 minutes later when Karen marches up with store manager in tow. I'm busy admiring the weird 17-in-1 breakfast maker they're selling. Now, it's important to mention at this point that sometime during the reign of store manager and my 6-month absence, a uniform change has been made. Floor staff still only wore lanyards, but any receiving or stocking associates wore red polos, so I kind of understand how this last part happened. But still. Karen, pointing, "That's her. She was incredibly rude." Store manager, looking me up and down. "I'm incredibly sorry, ma'am. We take our customer service very seriously." Turning to me, "You know our motto?" I roll my eyes harder than I knew they could roll. Store manager, "Give him the pickle. If you can't live by that standard, maybe this isn't the right fit for you. I think we need to discuss your plans for the future at this company." At this point, I'm actually flabbergasted. I can see residual recognition in store manager's eyes, but it's clear he doesn't know who I am, or remember that I don't actually work for him. Me, mouth opening and closing like a fish dying. "But I quit." Store manager, "Well, if that's how you feel." Karen, cackling. Me, "No, I quit." Stupidly unable to communicate past tense. Store manager, "Who's your supervisor? I'll radio them to come complete your exit." Me, still dying fish before epiphany. "You know what? Screw this. I don't need pants that bad." And I promptly left, out the wrong door. I had to walk all the way around the mall to get to my car, without going back through the store, but I wasn't going in ever again. So later, I call up my friend who still works there. This is where I eventually get the handy uniform change info. Relay the whole stupid story ready for a laugh. She responds, "Oh my god, that was you? He spent hours trying to figure out who walked off." Edit. Some context for the pickle phrase: he was obsessed with this management book/company of the same name by Bob Farrell. The third story is, I work here, but that's not my job. Obligatory comment about being on mobile and my not-so-great English. I work at a fairly well-known tutoring center around my area. Our rates are pretty high, but we still get a lot of clients because we offer a very specialized program. I work here as an administrator as a part-time job while earning my degree in the business field. I handle a lot of office work, as well as delegating the center as a whole. On what would have been a nice Tuesday afternoon, the devil Karen has finally made an appearance in my life. Me equals me. Karen equals awful lady. At around 2:20, an hour before my center officially opens for students, Karen and her son, maybe 8 to 10, walks into the center. Not only that, but she barges into my office without knocking or even a warning. I figure she must be in a rush, so I go out to greet her the way I typically do. Me. Hello, welcome to Learning Center. My name is Lynn Sanity. How can I help you today? Karen. I want to enroll my son here. Me. Okay, that'd be no problem. Is there a program specifically you're looking for? Karen. Obviously. You think I'd take him here if I didn't need help? Me. Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. That's not what I meant. I start listing our services provided and tell them that there are steps to apply, such as an assessment test, a deposit, and an appointment slot, because our sessions are appointments only. I also mention our fees, because they are slightly higher than other nearby learning centers. With no regard to the information I've given her, Karen then proceeds to walk him out of my office and through the door to the class, where most of our tutoring sessions take place. My tutors who were in there prepping their lesson plans for the day look at me confused, whereas I just shook my head. She tells him to sit down and that she will be back. Karen turns to me and says, "Okay, now go teach him. I'll be back in an hour, and I don't want any of those lazy tutors, I want you." Me. Sorry, I'm afraid I can't do that. I'm actually not a tutor. I'm an administrator here and handle primarily the paperwork. Karen. Stop being so lazy. Why would you get a job at a learning center if you're not going to teach? At this point, my patience was almost non-existent. We weren't open for another hour, and all our appointment slots were already filled for the day. I knew there was nothing I could really do to get rid of her since her stubborn A was already beginning to walk out of the room. Me, okay, I'll tutor him, but at a rate of $250 an hour. Her mouth drops and she starts rambling about how that isn't what I said earlier, and how dare I raise the price on it now. Me, you requested me specifically, and since I don't work as a tutor, I will need to promptly be compensated. I will also need a fee for $50, since you did not make an appointment beforehand. She starts turning red and going off about how no one has ever disrespected her this way, and proceeds to threaten to take action by ratting me out to my manager. I walk away, only to grab a card that has my manager's number. I give it to her and tell her to have a good day. She walks out with her son fuming. Haha. Sorry it's not as interesting as other stories out there, but it's the first time anything like this has happened to me. The last story is a funny moment at the world of Wally. Hello all you happy candy cane-fueled Christmas shoppers. My sad, embarrassing, but funny tale of woe takes place in what we locals love to call Wally World. As I've said before in previous posts, I live in a small town where literally the only places to shop are 2 hardware stores, 2 drugstores, a Dollarama, and you guessed it, Wally World. Naturally, since our shopping choices sucketh much and the city is a PITA to get to, I do all my holiday shopping online. Great for me, bad for local businesses. What are you gonna do, right? This year, 2 of my gifts for certain family members are necklaces I ordered from that wonderful shopping site, known for its love of smiling boxes from the rainforest. Unfortunately, they did not come in little jewel boxes, so I needed to find a couple so they could be, wrapped nice. Thus, I ventured forth into the big blue box crammed with shoppers, high on coffee and french fries from the Golden Arches. I had my cart and my list and actually made it all the way through with no problems, until I got to the jewelry department. I walked up expecting to see the usual desk and counter with assorted shiny objects. No desk, no counter. Just sad rows of cheap costume earrings and necklaces that appeal to the under 12 crowd. So I'm looking around in dismay. All I wanted was 2 small boxes, when a woman with a badge clipped to her shirt, the dreaded badge, spoke up from her position at a shelf near the floor. Sweet lady, do you need help finding something, honey? Me, oh, hi, do you have any little necklace boxes? Sweet lady, oh, I don't actually work here, I'm just a vendor, so I have no idea. Me, oh, I saw your badge and thought, but you must get that all the time, huh? Sweet lady, honey, you have no idea. I roll. Me, have you ever been on Reddit? Sweet lady, no, why? Me, there's a sub there called IDontWorkHereLady and some of the stories are an absolute hoot. Sweet lady, there are more? I still have to check that out. Meanwhile, I bet you could find tiny boxes at the Dollarama. We wished each other a Merry Christmas and I clutched my cart and ventured back into the swarm of overexcited shoppers. So, nice lady, if you found us and you read this, welcome to IDontWorkHereLady and thank you for your help, even though you didn't work there. Update, I found 2 boxes. Thank you for watching, have a nice day.